Hello, it's Talk Wrestling and welcome to my first video, and on Tuesday the 19th of July, and that is 5 days from now when I'm recording this, is the draft, the WWE Draft, to determine whether superstars are going to Raw or whether superstars are going to SmackDown. And I've obviously you can see that what my kind of predictions, what I think should happen. But I'm going to explain some of them into more detail. So let's start with Raw. And lots of people are saying that Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins, and Roman Reigns should go to different shows. Like some of them, two of them go to one, then one of them go to the other. I've kept them together. I think this kind of Shield triple threat with the like the type angle should go on to SummerSlam, and then maybe even WrestleMania. I'm not sure it will. But and Dean Ambrose is champion at the minute. That might not be after Battleground, but at the minute he is champion. So I think Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins, and Roman Reigns should all go to Raw. And I think you should let some of the other guys on SmackDown. But I think these guys, with not being on a brand with John Cena, would really benefit these guys because they get a centre stage. Yeah, they could have great storylines. So number 1, Dean Ambrose, number 2, Seth Rollins, and number 3, Roman Reigns. And before I go any further, I've drafted teams together. I know that might not, I'm not sure if that will happen, but just to make it more simple, I've drafted teams together. I haven't split any up, even though I think in the real thing there will be some split up between teams. So number 4 for Raw, Brock Lesnar. And Brock Lesnar is a part-time wrestler, but if I was GM, I'd want Brock Lesnar when he's around on my brand. Number 5, the Wyatt family. I mean, they're the Wyatt family. What else is there to say? They've been victims of bad booking. Hopefully, on a smaller roster, the Wyatt family can become even more dominant. Recruit more members. Hopefully Luke Harper returns, and they need to continue their very intriguing feud with the New Day, who are number 6 on Raw. I think they are the tag champs. I think they go Raw, but I'm saying that the tag team championships should be defended on both shows as long as the women but championship. But I think the New Day should be drafted to Raw, so they don't feud with the Wyatt family. Number 7, Rusev, the United States champion. I think the Intercontinental Championship should go to SmackDown, and the United States Championship should go to Raw. So yeah, Rusev on Raw. Hopefully we can have a bigger role. And I'm not sure how long it'll be before he loses it. I'm not sure. He is set to go against Zack Ryder, who I've drafted to SmackDown at Battleground, but so I guess Zack Ryder could win it then, but I think Rusev should retain. So number 8, Charlotte, who is the women's champion. I think she should be drafted to Raw. I think if the women's championship was drafted straight to SmackDown, it'd kind of lose a bit of the heat, even though SmackDown is the new upcoming cool show. Well, not new, but the one going live. New to go live. But I think Charlotte should be on Raw. Mostly, she can obviously defend it on SmackDown. And that would probably continue a feud with Sasha Banks. So number 9 is Randy Orton. I think Randy Orton should go on Raw. If Brock Lesnar's on Raw, Randy Orton has to be on Raw for now because they are having their match at SummerSlam. And I think Randy Orton, Raw is a good place for Randy Orton because I've put lots of the younger new superstars on SmackDown. I think if Randy Orton was on there, it wouldn't work as well. So I've put Randy Orton on Raw. And number 10, NXT. Recently called up from NXT and upstart Apollo Crews. I think would be great on Raw. I think Apollo Crews would work on Raw or SmackDown, but I've put him on Raw. Number 11, Becky Lynch, and Becky Lynch is feuding with Natalya, who I've also drafted to Raw. But I think Becky Lynch does belong on Raw, and then some of the other women will go to SmackDown. So number 12 is Chris Jericho. Lots of people are saying Chris Jericho should go to SmackDown, but I'm not sure. He's got too many years left in him. I think Raw is a great place to be. and he's much better as a heel. He's good as a face, but he's better as a heel. I think Chris Jericho should go to Raw. 13, and it is long. This draft is because everyone has to be drafted. So I think we should in the middle we need to have some big shocks to get a big pop. And I've put Nia Jax number 13 for Raw, coming from NXT, because in NXT I don't see much of a way forward for her. She lost to Bayley, she lost to Asuka. I just think think it's time for the main roster for Nia Jax. I can't really see her going anywhere else on NXT. Number 14, the Vaudevillains, and the Vaudevillains are a team who really need this draft because they started to lose to teams like the Golden Truth. I think on a smaller tag division, the Vaudevillains would be a lot safer, and a lot. They could be made to look a lot stronger and just look a lot better as a team as a whole. Number 15, Sheamus, and lots of people have drafted Sheamus higher, but I don't like Sheamus that much. His character's not too intriguing, and Sheamus does get a bit boring after a while. I think Sheamus as a heel, he's always kind of that heel who kind of have matches with like younger stars, but often wins. And I think Sheamus should go to Raw. Number 16, the Usos. The Usos are a team who often do get in the main event scene, but no, they're never like the main. Like for example, like Roman Reigns. They were Roman Reigns' cousins. Obviously, they were his allies. It was about Roman. They were just like his helpers. So the Usos, and then they usually on the mid card. So I think Raw is a good place for the Usos. Feud with teams like the Vaudevillains, the Ascension, people like that. Number 17, Dana Brooke, and Dana Brooke and Charlotte are a unit, a team at the minute. Good unit. So I think Dana Brooke has to be drafted to the same place as Charlotte, even though Dana Brooke isn't that good a wrestler and isn't that good at promos and stuff. But she's on the main roster, so she'll have to be with Charlotte. Number 18, Kane, and Kane. Let's be honest, he's had his time. He was such a great heel, the big run machine. He was really good character, and now I think it's time for Kane to let a lot of the younger guys come through. But I like Kane. He's very loyal to the company. So yeah. Number 19, Titus O'Neil, and Titus O'Neil was feuding with Rusev, quite a big thing for Titus O'Neil, but he seemed to have gone down. So I think Titus O'Neil would benefit from the draft on Raw. Number 20, Natalya, obviously feuding with Becky Lynch. I think Natalya should go on Raw, so some of the newer women go SmackDown. Number 21, the Ascension, and the Ascension Connor got suspended. They've been a bit ever since the Ascension and Stardust. What was it called? The Wasteland or something. Obviously, Cody did leave. Some people are saying it was a work. I'm not too sure about that one, but the Ascension, they've just been a bit boring since Stardust Alliance kind of broke down. I think the Ascension would benefit from the draft, so I've drafted them to Raw. Number 22, Mark Henry, like Kane, just someone who is quite loyal to the company, makes an appearance makes quite a few appearances. Mark Henry's been there a while. I think he should go to Raw. Number 23, Jack Swagger, and Jack Swagger is a perfect example. Someone who was on pretty high up the card level, had matches at WrestleManias, and then now is just a jobber. I think Jack Swagger in this would maybe be remembered more on a smaller roster. So, yeah, Jack Swagger on Raw. And number 24, the Shining Stars. And the Shining Stars did so many of these promos and stuff from Puerto Rico. and they've done all these things, and they had like 2 matches or 1 match. It didn't exactly go well. I don't know where they are, but I've put them on Raw. Number 25, Alicia Fox, and Alicia Fox, ever since Nikki got injured, Brie retired. Alicia Fox hasn't really been seen. I think Alicia Fox go to Raw and maybe have a few matches. Number 26, the Social Outcasts. That's all I have to say. And number 27, I'd love if they did this. Number 27, the winner of the Cruiserweight Classic gets a place on Raw. That'd be amazing. So now we move on to SmackDown. And number 1, John Cena, because I think this will happen. I think John Cena should be on a separate one to the members of the Shield, so he could maybe take quite a main place on SmackDown, feuding with the Club, mainly AJ Styles and the Club. Number 2 for SmackDown, AJ Styles. You could call him the leader, kind of the new era. He's been on main event level. He's been really good as a face, and then he's been amazing as a heel. Great work. There's lots of examples of that, and I think AJ Styles it should go on SmackDown, the new live show. And number 3, the Club, so Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows, obviously with AJ Styles. Number 4, and this, like Brock Lesnar, Undertaker kind of wrestles part-time. I mean, he's very old. He's well, not very old, but he's old, so he couldn't wrestle too many matches. And I'm not sure he has too many matches left, and if with him being on the same brand as John Cena, that could build up their WrestleMania 33 match, which we all think will happen with Cena winning and Undertaker retiring, perhaps. But yeah, Undertaker to SmackDown. Number 5, Kevin Owens, and I'm going to include number 6 in this, Sami Zayn. And lots of people are saying separate them, because Battleground, their last kind of big match before they're separated. I say separating them would be quite a good thing. But what I think they should do is have Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn on the same brand. And I think Kevin Owens should have feuds with people like AJ Styles, maybe John Cena again, Cesaro, Sami Zayn, having feuds with maybe Baron Corbin, people like this. And they're separate. They're kept separate. But there's always hints of them staring, like having stare downs. But they don't have a big feud for a while. So they're teasing a thing. And then maybe at WrestleMania, they feud again and have a big match. So that's why I think that they should tease matches, like tease feuds between them again. It'd be quite good to see that, like, separate, but they're set, so they're in different feuds, but they're on the same brand. So yeah, number 7, the Intercontinental Champion, The Miz, who may lose his championship in Battleground to Darren Young. I'm not sure. But Miz, on number 7. Number 8, probably, yeah, I'm just gonna say the most over women in the WWE right now, Sasha Banks. SmackDown would be a perfect place for Sasha Banks. I think she obviously struggled with a couple of injuries, but everyone loves Sasha Banks, and she said she wouldn't mind going to SmackDown. I think Sasha Banks would be perfect on SmackDown. Number 9, Enzo and Big Cass. And they have been teasing these two getting separated. I honestly think it could happen, but I've kept them together, and obviously they need, at the minute, they're with John Cena against the Club. I think Enzo and Cass SmackDown in the smaller tag team division, they really dominate. So yeah. Number 10, Cesaro. And Cesaro is someone who often was a victim of bad booking. And also, I think with Cesaro, he's such a good talent. He's so strong. He's such a good technical wrestler. Probably the best now. He's in the WWE technically wise. He's just amazing. Cesaro on SmackDown, I think it would work. So yeah. Number 11, and again with Nia Jax, in the middle of this draft may get a bit boring. So I put Bayley as number 11 for SmackDown, because I don't think Bayley's going to get the Women's Championship again. Although she did beat Alexa Bliss the NXT Women's Championship. I mean, she did beat Alexa Bliss, which I thought was a bit weird. I thought Alexa Bliss would have won that match, but Bayley on SmackDown with Sasha Banks have great matches and maybe even set up fatal four-way between the 4 horsewomen if Charlotte defends her championship on both. Before I carry on, I do think they should bring the World Heavyweight Championship back to SmackDown. Just saying. Right, number 12, Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin, I think, should go to SmackDown to have good matches. And Baron Corbin's a call-up from NXT. Is meant to have all this hype. I don't really like Baron Corbin. I think because I don't think I don't really like his attitude too much. Like his character is to just beat people up. I don't really like him that much. But you know, number 13, Dolph Ziggler, and I love Dolph Ziggler. He does deserve a push. He is such a hard worker. He's so loyal. I just like Dolph Ziggler. Dolph Ziggler drafted to SmackDown, number 13. Number 14, Alberto Del Rio, and Alberto Del Rio does get boring, doesn't he? But he is a good wrestler. Alberto Del Rio could have matches with people like Sami Zayn, maybe even Neville, Zack Ryder, people like this. And next we have Neville. And sorry, I've put. I think I've. Wait, what have I done? I've put 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 21, 20. I don't know what I've done. SmackDown does have more picks, I think, than Raw. I don't know why. I must have got mixed up. But just ignore that. So I've picked Neville next. I think Neville, the returning Neville. Hopefully. I think he has been seen on house shows. I'm not sure. Don't confirm that. So yeah, Neville, who is his finish is just so cool. Anyway, next we have Paige. And Paige is one of the women who really deserves more than she gets. So yeah, Paige. Used to be had a random face turn for no reason. Paige. I don't know why. But so yeah. Number 16, Zack Ryder, who seems to be getting a small push at the minute, which is great for Zack Ryder. He works so hard. And he really deserved that championship for longer than he got it, didn't he, at WrestleMania? Anyway, 17, Naomi, who hasn't been seen for a while. I don't really know why. I think it links in with Tamina's but so yeah. Number 18, Lucha Dragons, who have kind of lost heat. He lost to Breezango. It wasn't too good for Lucha Dragons, but yeah, 18 on SmackDown. 19, Darren Young. Darren Young, who surprisingly won the Battle Royal, so to get the number 1 contendership for the Miz's Intercontinental Championship, obviously with Bob Backlund, Darren Young. So yeah, number 20, The Big Show. It's The Big Show. That's why. Number 21. I've got two number 21s. I don't know what I was doing. Oh, I've missed out number 26. Look, that's probably why. Anyway, just ignore that. So number 21, the Dudley Boys. The Dudley Boys haven't really won many matches. They have been putting other new tag teams over, which is good because they are legends, but they are quite old. So yeah. Number 22, this will be the Golden Truth. Just because. Number 23, just ignore numbers. Tamina, because she's been having some trouble, obviously her dad, but Tamina with Naomi on the same brand, and they're really underrated, I feel. So yeah. Number 24, Breezango, because I like they are made for each other, Tyler Breeze and Fandango, but as a team it hasn't really been working too well. Number 25, Summer Rae. Summer Rae has matches, often gets beaten, but yeah. Number 26, and this is it'll be such a surprise, American Alpha, the tag team from NXT. And number 27, the man everyone's talking about, Finn Balor. And before you ask, where is Shinsuke Nakamura? I think Shinsuke Nakamura should debut on SmackDown, I feel, after he's had a few more matches on NXT. I think Shinsuke Nakamura, something to do with AJ Styles, probably should debut, and it'll be amazing. So, or on Raw. You could do it on Raw and have matches with people like Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose. That'd be amazing as well. But Finn Balor, what a pick! What a last draft that would be. Be amazing. So, they are my picks. I hope you liked it. This is a very long video. But yeah, bye.